board from Alonso's car. That looks like Jenson Button. Well, I was telling you that they were turning the revs up on that car. There's an awful lot of smoke and steam coming out of it. I hope it's okay. Here we go then. 5 lights on. When they go off, we'll be racing in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Great start by Barrichello. Montoya goes defensive, but it's too late. Raikkonen's through, and so is Felipe Massa. And the two BARs have not had a terrific start. It looks like one of them has dived in front. But no doubt who the leader is on home soil. It's Rubens Barrichello. Everyone's slithering and sliding. And just look at Raikkonen, side by side with Barrichello, down the back straight. Has he got the momentum? He's certainly got the inside line into the late descent corner. And Raikkonen takes the lead. Dramatic start.
Raikkonen's got so much grip and confidence. Look at Montoya getting squeezed out on the outside of turn 4. I didn't like the look of that smoke from Jenson Button's BAR on the grid. It was like a black smoke rather than an oil smoke from an overfill. But at the moment, he's running nicely and I think just taking a position.
Raikkonen leads, Barrichello second, Massa third, Montoya fourth, fifth is Button, sixth Trulli, seventh Takuma Sato, eighth Ralf Schumacher, ninth is Fisichella, and 10th is Zonta. And there's Jenson Button. You can see he's moved up into third place now. He's managed to get himself past Montoya and Felipe Massa.
Well, Massa going well on the Bridgestones. I'm very surprised at Barrichello being so overcautious. Maybe it's because he's only ever finished this race once in 10 attempts. He doesn't want to throw it off on the first lap, of course. But at the moment, the Michelin runners definitely have the more confidence. Let's see if those Bridgestones get up to temperature. Michael up to 12th already. We're on board with him. He had oversteered through the fast corners. That's a scary experience at 180 miles an hour.
Yep, the Jaguar Christian Klein, the one he wants to pass. A bit of a contact there. Schumacher has dived down the inside, but we saw some debris there, Martin. Which car did that come off? Schumacher running wide at turn 1 in his attempt to pass Christian Klein. There he is now, you see, going through your screen now. He's had to give back the place to Klein, but we saw some... OK, Massa is on what will be your left. Hamilton will be on the dirty side, nearest to the pit wall on the right-hand side. The grid is ready. You can see Massa on your left, Hamilton on the right. Watch out for the men going behind. No light at the top. Here we go. Massa goes across. Hamilton covers, and Raikkonen looks like he's gone round the outside of him. Mark Webber has had a wonderful start. Can he get past Fernando Alonso? Little bit of a moment there for Raikkonen. Alonso side by side with Lewis Hamilton, and Alonso pushes his way past. That was a hesitant start by Lewis Hamilton, and the net result is that he's got two Ferraris and Alonso in front of him. Alonso tries to block. Hamilton looks desperate here.
Oh, Lewis is trying to fight Alonso and doesn't need to do that. He's gone way too deep in turn 4. Now he's in trouble. He's out of sync in terms of the speed of the rest of the pack. Locked a wheel going into 4. That'll vibrate massively now until he finishes the Grand Prix. Till he makes his next pit stop. Having a fight there he really didn't need to have. But what happened was perfect start from the two Ferraris, and Raikkonen already getting the place he needed there, and Lewis then with frustration trying to already get back on Alonso. He should have just followed him through in the early part. Easy to be wise after the event. Now he's got to take risks to pass this lot. Up the hill, down into turn 1, another chance down into turn 4. Hamilton puts himself under massive pressure.
He's down in 8th place then as they come through to complete lap 1. Massa, Raikkonen, Alonso, Webber, the front 4. And it's Kubica, Heidfeld, Jarno Trulli, and Hamilton dives past him up into 7th place. Hamilton then picks the place as Jenson Button there is attacking as well further back. Button in a battle with Takuma Sato. And here comes the race leader, Felipe Massa. Raikkonen though. Oh, there's collision there. That's Sakon Yamamoto in the spiker who's hit somebody at the back.
Now, will we have a safety car? There's a lot of debris on the racetrack. We'll keep an eye out for that. Will they neutralise the race using the safety car? The track. There then is the Renault of... Oh, that is what happened. It was Fisichella who cut across the grass. Yamamoto didn't appear to see it all going off. And there is the debris on the track.
The the first corner, a little bit more for the likes of Hamilton and Kovalainen with their Kerr's power boost a little bit further back. There are the 4 red lights and 5. And we're away in Brazil, penultimate round of the championship. Barrichello looking to get in there and leads well. Straight down to the first corner. Look at Raikkonen coming charging through. Almost a collision there with Sutil. but Raikkonen in third, but Barrichello has the crowd off their feet. He's into the lead from pole. Webber second, Raikkonen into third, Sutil fourth. Oh, collision there, McLaren, and that's Fisichella dancing under the grass there.
I think Vettel was in, and Raikkonen's got a broken front wing. Webber moved over on him, and Kimi Raikkonen damaged front wing. He'll have to pit with that one. It's dangerous as much as anything, and losing an awful lot of performance. He's understeering all over the place.
Oh, there's problems there as well. That's Sutil, and there's a Toyota there. Was that Jarno Trulli? It is Jarno Trulli. So drama on the first lap here of the Brazilian Grand Prix, but not for Rubens Barrichello, still out in front, and also for Mark Webber. Third now is Nico Rosberg. Started 7th on the grid. There is Raikkonen dropping back all the time. A wounded car. And he will definitely have to stop. So all that strategy, and the safety car is out as well.
Problem earlier on, but this is what I was talking about before the start. You do navigate turns 1 and 2. They still tripped over themselves on the exit of 2.
Oh,
and Jarno Trulli there, very, very unhappy indeed.
Sutil involved in another incident. Remember, he was involved with Kovalainen in Japan, and Trulli is absolutely hammering him. By the way, but while we watch that, bear in mind who's 9th. Jenson Button started 14th. He's got ahead of Alguersuari. Vettel's up to 11th. Lewis Hamilton, I see, has come into the pits. Raikkonen's in as well. Kovalainen stopping too. So Jenson Button into the top 10. How has that transformed the race? Safety car already.
Well, the good news here for Raikkonen is that with the safety car, his incident was separate to the safety car. He gets a new nose. He's got the soft tyre phase out of the way, and he can join the back of the crocodile. Oh, we got the fuel hose on Kovalainen's car.
Oh, there was a fire in the pit lane as well. Kovalainen's car, he was trying to leave too quickly there, get ahead of Raikkonen.
And Raikkonen, I think his car should be okay. He would have seen the flame, but that's very reminiscent of Singapore last year with the fuel hose on the Ferrari and Brawn helping McLaren out. Ironically, it won't have damaged the car of Kovalainen unless it's damaged the nozzle. Here we go from on board, and
fuel spraying all over Kimi Raikkonen as well, into his face, into the car.
So what's obviously the exhaust pipes of Raikkonen's car set that fuel on fire. There it goes. Yeah, it goes from behind him and all around him. But unless it's damaged any wiring, he was coming down the outside, and he's going to say, you didn't leave me any space. But I think he was busy trying not to run into the back of the Ferrari. That looks like an overreaction to me from Jarno Trulli.
Adrenaline pumping through. He was unhappy. Of course, he was hoping for a good performance. Many people tipping him for a podium, possibly. Just like he did in Japan 2 weeks ago.
This is from on board. Oh, and Alonso took a big wallop in that as well. So it's Alonso's car that was steaming at the top of the hill, not the Toyota.
The lights come on, look but never stare.
And it's lights out, and away we go for one more time in 2012. Great start from Hamilton. What a start from Massa, already ahead of the 2 Red Bulls. Fernando Alonso goes around the outside, and Sebastian Vettel has already lost places, getting caught in no man's land on the inside. Hamilton squirms away from Massa, and Jenson Button, Paul di Resta challenging Sebastian Vettel now as we ride on board down the Retroposta towards the Skido de Lago. It was a cautious start from the championship leader. It has not played out for him. Locking up and brakes, and there goes Kimi Raikkonen wide and off the track.
And was that...
it's a Red Bull! It's a Red Bull! It's Sebastian Vettel in the middle of the track! It's the worst possible scenario for Sebastian Vettel, who started on the 2nd row and is now running right down at the bottom of the field. And once again on the opening lap in Interlagos, the championship is blown wide open.
Damage on the left side pod. There's a lot of radiators in there as well. He'll feel low grip.
Okay, someone hit me. I'm coming back. I think I have done it.
Oh, absolutely heartbreaking for Sebastian Vettel. His teammate Mark Webber being challenged by Fernando Alonso. Felipe Massa just ahead us. Jenson Button has now got back past Felipe Massa. Mark Webber's getting a great tow now. Up the main straight we go. Massa from Webber, and Webber pulls out onto the right hand side, and he might be about to make a move. And here goes Fernando Alonso down the inside, and Alonso has put himself up into the podium positions by the end of the first lap, and it is Alonso's game now in the World Championship with Vettel down.
Sebastian, there's visible damage, but stay out to see how the car behaves. We cannot fix it. It's not front wing. We cannot fix the damage.
Oh, it could not have gone any worse in the space of 3 miles for Sebastian Vettel. That 13-point lead in the championship.
Starts from the pit lane because of a new internal combustion engine turbocharger, an MGUH that's been fitted overnight after he crashed in qualifying. There's a Mercedes at the back, there's a Mercedes at the front. And it's lights out and away we go. Sebastian Vettel gets the better start, and towards turn 1 they head now with Kimi Raikkonen and Max Verstappen jostling, and Vettel on the inside getting past Valtteri Bottas. There's lockups behind, but they all seem to get through the first corner okay. Sebastian Vettel leads Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso, and there's Daniel Ricciardo spinning out towards the back, getting caught up through the Cenareses. Down the Retroposta now to Desquino do Lago. Vettel leads from Bottas.
Ricciardo, of course, starting from P14 with that engine penalty, and that's why he was back down there, but he looks like he could get going again without any damage.
There's the two Renaults dueling away. Carlos Sainz trying to find a way past his teammate Hulkenberg, and Esteban Ocon and Romain Grosjean collide, and is Dan Ocon out of the race after 27 consecutive finishes? Esteban Ocon is out, he's got a puncture and he won't finish here in Brazil.
And the safety car was already deployed before that incident happened. Safety car had been called out, presumably, for whatever went on in the first...
Any damage question?
Not sure. I'll keep going.
Understood.
So they all slow down now for this moment. Esteban Ocon going round the outside of Grosjean. Grosjean collides with Ocon. We've seen cars spinning out there before.
Oh, so Grosjean got a dollop of oversteer in the middle of the corner and straight into the side of the Force India. Seems bizarre, doesn't it? That
this is Ricciardo. Who's he get hit by? Is that Van Dorn, the car behind him?
I'm not entirely sure he did get hit, or whether he went across the curb.
See,
yes,
look, there's Van Dorn.
yeah.
I think he did get hit by the McLaren.
And that's why the safety car was deployed then, because of the stricken McLaren.
And that is Esteban Ocon trying to make his way back. Look, for all intents and purposes, that he was out of the race. I'd rather get the feeling he is, Martin. He's not going to get that back.
No, I'm not sure I can drive back.
And the reason he can't drive back is he's got 2 punctures.
Yeah.
So
gets shown a black and white flag for weaving on the straight, and so